Hello, my name is Abigail Dunn, and I'm a graduate student at ASU in the Professional School Counseling program. In this scenario, my student is in 7th grade, which puts them at about 12 years of age, and the following is my pretended discussion about confidentiality. Good morning. So before we get started this morning, I just wanted to go over a few things and talk about confidentiality with you. Do you know what confidentiality is? That's okay. So confidentiality is kind of like privacy. We all have those private thoughts and like to keep some things to ourselves. Confidentiality is kind of like that, but it's in between us. So whenever we say confidentiality, it means that things said between us will stay with us. And I take confidentiality really seriously, but I also want to protect you. So there are a few times when I might have to break that confidentiality and reveal something about our private conversations. And this might happen on a couple of occasions, and I do have these listed out here for you. So the first would be harm to self or others. So if you planned on hurting yourself or someone else, then I would want to get you the best help possible because I want to keep you safe. So this would mean if you were having suicidal thoughts or if you were cutting yourself, alcohol, drugs, something like that, or if you were threatening someone else, then I would maybe have to break that confidentiality in order to keep people safe. The second time would be abuse or neglect. So if you were being abused at home, and that could be physical, verbal, or sexual abuse, then I again want to keep you safe. And so even if it is something that has already been handled, like you know for a fact it happened a long time ago, the cops were already involved, CPS, anyone like that, I might call just to double check and confirm they already know and it's been handled. But again, I want to keep you safe. And the third one on here is court. And so, sometimes going back to those abuse cases, if something happened and there was a court case, then they might call on me to tell our side of the story. And if that happened, then I would try to give as little information as possible or like about the details. But I would have to abide to those legal proceedings. But I would try to tell you about that if that was going to happen. And so that we could talk about how you felt and talk about what was going to be said. I know a lot of students worry about also what their parents can know. So I just want you to know that if your parent or guardian ask about you, I'll try to keep details and specifics about our conversations private. But I will let them know if they ask about any progress that you're making. Like if we set a goal and that kind of things. And again, we want to keep you safe. And so going back to some of those previous things, they might also be the people that I have to call and let know because we want to keep you and everyone else safe still. All of these things that we just talked about are here on this piece of paper. If you sign this, it means that you understand and you don't have any questions about these exceptions to our private conversations. But if you have any questions that maybe we didn't talk about, feel free to ask before you sign. Okay, if you don't have any questions, you can absolutely sign that. All right, thank you for signing this. We will put this away in the filing cabinet over there, and it stays locked all the time, so no one can see that you even signed this, okay? Your parent or your guardian did also sign a consent form saying you could receive school counseling services at the very beginning of the year. All right, so our goal with school counseling is to help you live your best life. So that means I want to help you recognize any problems that you have, and that could be in the classroom, with your schoolwork, or if you just have a lot of feelings or problems with your friends or peers. We can talk about it all, and we usually try to set goals for ourselves that will get us closer to where we want to be. And we do this so that we can overcome those hard things and learn to cope with hard situations that might be hard for us sometimes. And we all have those things, every single one of us, even me. So we want you to be at the top of your game and be able to handle anything that life throws at you. So does that sound good to you? Awesome. Let's go ahead and get started then. What did you want to talk about today?